Hey guys, it's mcfixit here. We have a 2007 Honda Odyssey, and it has one of these sliding door issues that you read a lot about online. This is the non-electrical one, so you do have to pull it out, and you can hear it kind of get clicked and stopped. Sometimes it totally stops, and you have to like wiggle the door, but right there, you see how it stopped? This door is not even close to being all the way open, and sometimes if you go back and forth, you can get it to work. And so I had to diagnose kind of what was going on before I figured out. What I realized is if you pull this piece back, a lot of times it will allow it to go and to work and open back up. And so we need to go ahead and replace this piece right there. So I'll walk you through all the tools and supplies and how I did this. I'm on vacation, and sometimes when you're on vacation, you get to do car maintenance. And so I'm very limited on tools and supplies. So here we go. Here are the tools and the supplies. I purchased a Dorman 924-128. This is the left side driver middle sliding door bracket. I used some glass cleaner to clean things up, some PB Blaster, but this is the PB50, which is a multi-purpose lubricant, flathead Phillips, a number 10, number 12 millimeter, a ratchet, paper towels. If I were at home, I'd also have some multi-purpose synthetic grease and this pin punch set and a hammer as well to make it easier. So the first step is to go ahead and get the door all the way up. Remember, it is stuck. Sometimes it takes a couple of times to get it. If you pull the back, sometimes it will allow it to open up all the way to where it stops, because we got to get in here and get this piece out with a Phillips screwdriver. Inside here is a Phillips screw, and I do believe this part is broken, so I will have to fix this probably when I get home, because I noticed it is just kind of doing whatever it wants. So we got that pretty loose. We should be able to get the rest of the way, because we got to take this piece off, and so that's the screw that holds this side, but there is a bolt right here, so we have to take off the tail light. So to remove the taillight, sorry, got a lot of stuff for vacation back there. This was not me, this is from the previous owner. There are two Phillips screws, and I believe it's also probably a 10 millimeter, but Phillips works, so we're just gonna use it because I don't have extensions on my ratchet. So there is one screw here. Actually, that's probably an 8 millimeter. And one screw here. So on the side about right here, there is a little pin that holds it in. So if you take a screwdriver and just carefully pop it, you'll see right here is where that was. You can just leave this off to the side. So go ahead and remove this bolt. Wow, that was not on there very tightly. And then you'll see this whole panel will slide off. You kind of got to bring it out and forward, and it will slide out of these. This is what I was talking about that I thought was broken, and it actually is. So this little piece needs to be re-welded on there. So I probably will not be able to put this on. I might try to see if I have some kind of really strong adhesive tape here at the condo, but if I don't, I'm gonna have to figure things out with that later. So you'll see this is fully exposed. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off. A lot of times people spray WD-40 in here to kind of clean things, or to kind of keep things moving. And a lot of times it just makes a mess. You can see all that gunk in there. Trying to fix this, but you're not actually fixing it. And right there is where those two little pieces, that part needs to be kind of tacked back down and welded on there. You see those two little parts right here and right here where it previously was, so I'll have to do that when I get home. You can see it kind of made a mess just even trying to pull on it. And so we'll clean that thoroughly. So we'll go ahead and open this up. And you see how this doesn't really fix it because it's that piece inside. So I'll go ahead and pull that out towards me. And then it goes back nice and smooth. we will go till that locks back here, so hopefully the door doesn't go forward. So there are 2 bolts, one here and one here, that we need to get off. These are both 12 millimeters. So I have some extra help holding onto the door right now, since we are really close to getting this last one out. It does have that bracket on the bottom, but I just don't want to put undue tension and stuff on the door. So we'll go ahead and remove this out, and you can see where it has busted out, and there are no wheels left. So there's the old one, there is the new one. That is our issue right there. So we'll need to go ahead and take this piece out and put it back into here. So you can go ahead and take a screwdriver and get off this. And I don't have all my normal tools, so I might have to hit this against the ground to get it out. So you'll need to remove the pin, which is not easy to do, but it is doable. If I was at home, I would probably use a vise and a pinch punch set, which would allow you to just knock it straight out. I had to kind of beat it on the ground and kind of pry it out of there because I didn't have my normal tools. So I was able to get the old piece off, and it does have this right here, and we will need to reapply. So we're going to go and put that in, and from the bottom we'll go ahead and slide that pin on up and in, and then slide this piece on as well, making sure it is nice and secure and in there, and it should snap back and forth. We'll go ahead and slide this in, and then we will need some help putting those 2 bolts back. So you may need somebody to help hold the door to get these in and started. You might be able to get it yourself as well. It just kind of depends on how heavy it is for you. I was able to kind of do it myself, which is good. I do not have the specs for this, so I'm just going to tighten it down nice and tight. This is where you're really going to want either a second person, or you can hold it yourself. And I'm getting to where it's nice and hand tight, and then about a quarter turn more. You don't have to kill it, but you definitely obviously don't want your door flying off. Test it out. You can see it's running nice and smooth. At this point, I would use some synthetic grease if I was at home, but I'm not, so I'm going to use some lubrication spray, which is the only thing I have, which will work, but when I get home, I'll probably add some grease to it. Multi-purpose lubricant, so it will work. You don't have to go crazy. And just like that, it works. We still need to put this piece back on now. I have some double-sided tape that's Gorilla that I'm going to temporarily put on here. When I get home, I am going to weld this little piece back on. But for now, because I'm on a trip, this is all I can do. I don't have welding or really many tools, as you can see. So for this, we are going to have to open the door just a little bit to get this started. So we'll go ahead and put this piece on and then slide it this direction. That will lock it into place. We still have this bolt, the 2 bolts there, and then a screw in the front. This one right here is a 10 millimeter. That's good and tight right there. Go ahead and put this back in. Now remember, this will have a little piece that pushes in just like that right there. Then we have 2 Phillips screws right here. Here's the first one. And here is the second one. And you're just going to those get tight by hand, just like that. We have 1 more screw left. This last screw goes in right here. And you're just going to spin that till it gets tight in there. We'll go ahead and test our door. And then I'll obviously clean up because it did make a little bit of a mess. Man, it opens so smooth now. So that fixed it right there. If this was helpful, make sure to go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you've not commented yet, make sure to comment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do have a little bit of cleanup I got to do, but I'm going to take you through the car wash tomorrow to do that. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.